was like super short.
Yeah, because you didn't say nothing.
It's because I'm not gonna tell you the whole book.
We could just bicker with her this whole time.
Yeah.
Huh?
We could just argue with you this whole time.
Okay,
we could make it long.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Book Sluts. My name is Angelica, and across from me I have
Maria.
And next to me I have
Bob.
Bob.
Jenny.
And Jenny. On this week's episode, I am bringing Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. So this month we're doing something a little different, and we're going to all bring a Colleen Hoover book to the mic and end with our book club episode of Verity by Colleen Hoover. So a little fun fact about Colleen Hoover. In an interview she had done, she had explained how when she's writing the books, like how she gets her plot twist. And I thought it was really cool. She goes, I always put myself in the reader's perspective when I'm writing my book and always do the opposite of where I think, wherever, I think it's going to go, and I always do the opposite. So it'll be the twist for everyone. So I thought that was pretty cool. So my review for the book, I gave it a 4.5. I really, really like this book. I didn't give it a 5 because it wasn't something like I had to finish right away. But I truly enjoyed the book. The twist to it, the love story behind it. It was something I was able to relate to a lot. Even the smut, the way she wrote the smut in this book, I thought it hit perfectly to me, to my senses, and what I, experience and stuff. Like...
Ooh, so if I read it, I'm going to know what you like.
Well...
Damn it, Maria!
I'm just messing around.
So in my senses, I'm
not gonna read it now.
4 chiles. No, you should. Don't be nasty.
She's gonna be like, wait, so Angie did this?
No,
did you bite the headboard too?
You guys are dumb. So that's my final review. Is 4.5 stars and 4 chiles.
Oh. Ew. That's not a gross.
Anyways. Okay, so from now on, the rest of the episode is going to have spoilers. So if you want to stop, read the book, and then come back and listen to our talk about it, awesome. Okay, so the main characters are Tate and Miles. Tate just finished... Did she finish school? I think she finished school in the town that she was living, if I remember correctly. And then she went to live with her brother, Corbin. Corbin in LA? Whatever. She goes to live with Corbin. And he's a pilot. So not only him, her dad was also a pilot. So she kind of grew up around pilots in general. And the building that Corbin lives in is like rented out majority to pilots, since they're not always there, so it's a little safer. They have more security than regular apartment complexes or whatever. So Miles lives across the hall from Corbin. So when she first gets there, it's really funny. Miles is actually drunk off his ass, leaning on the floor against Corbin's door. So she was like, what the hell? Like, and Corbin's not there. He's out still on one of his flights or whatever. So she calls him and she's like, what the hell? Like, is this the type of building that I'm in? I thought it was supposed to be nicer, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, hold on, let me call someone to help you and to get them out the way. Well, the person he's calling is Miles, who is drunk, who is the drunk man. So when he figures that out, he calls her back and he tells her, just go in, bring him in, let him sleep it off on the couch. And she's like, what kind of friends do you have? Like, what am I getting myself into type thing? So he ends up being the complete opposite person than the person that she met. So the relationship, it builds to where they are friends with benefits, but they never call each other friends. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he makes it very clear to her that they don't have a relationship.
It's just
Kind of
sex.
just like
Exactly.
basically bunk buddies.
Yes. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. But it's super confusing to her because he wants her to go everywhere with him.
What the
Typical
hell?
man.
Right. So like exactly. So that's her confusion, throughout the book and stuff, which is funny it's not funny to me. It's so frustrating because I've been in her shoes to an extent, to where this whole not wanting to define the relate. But she told herself too, she goes, I'm in school, I'm working, I don't have days off. Like this isn't supposed to be more than what it is. So she tries to be cool about it or whatever. And, she ends up falling for this guy. He has a best friend. His name is Ian. So every other chapter is, their present day. And then it goes to when he was younger, when he was in high school. So when he was in high school, he ended up falling in love with this girl. Her name was Rachel.
Were they on a break? Sorry.
No. Sadly, no. Oh, how funny. Anyway, so he meets her on her first day of school. So he's the one that's asked to take her to class, whatever. And he's like, that mushy gushy, oh, this is the woman I'm going to marry, blah, blah, blah. Like he knows this from the beginning. So he texts Ian, hey, there's a new girl. I have to take her to class or whatever. And Ian was like, well, let me know if she's hot or whatever. So when they get to class, she's sitting like in a couple desks across from her and in front of him. He takes a picture of her back, sends it to Ian. He goes, this woman is going to have my babies or something like that. When he got home, his mom had passed away a couple months prior, maybe even a year prior from cancer. So when he gets home, his dad was like, oh, I've been talking to someone, we've been dating, I want to have dinner. And it ends up being Rachel's mom.
What the hell?
Yeah. And it wasn't just dinner. They were moving in. So they were originally from Phoenix. They moved to, I want to say it's LA. They lived in Phoenix. And he goes, oh, my dad has businesses in Phoenix. Never, necessarily connecting the two until then. So he was under the impression that his dad had cheated on his mom. And then so as time went on, his dad told him, no, I didn't cheat on your mom. We had already separated prior to her finding out that she was sick. So when she told me she was sick, we just, wrote it through so that he wouldn't see, have experienced all that or whatever. So I'm not going to tell you guys why they broke up or why they separated. You guys got to read the book. The reason to why Miles and Rachel broke up is why he chose. So he didn't have sex for like 6 years.
Damn.
Prior to meeting Tate. Something that happened that was really funny in the story was Corbin invites Miles to go with them to Thanksgiving. So it's all three of them, whenever they travel up to his parents' house. And Corbin implies that Miles is gay because he hadn't had sex in so long. So Miles was like, dude, I'm not gay. So it was really funny too, because later on in the night, Miles and Tate end up in the kitchen, and they started making out, and his dad walks in, or her dad walks in, and he goes, yeah, you're not gay. Like, so I thought that was freaking hilarious. So there's a little bit of humor,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, Miles is a super serious, super like, chill, very serious, not a very emotional dude. And Tay is like upset, like, why aren't you showing emotion? Like, I know we had said we weren't going to, the whole girl, the whole girl side of being in a non-relationship type.
That throws me off a little bit, the names, because that sounds like a guy named Tate.
Tate, yeah. I know.
Wait, her name's Tate?
Her name is Tate.
I kept thinking you were saying Kate.
No, Tate.
Is it short for anything?
No. Like, I thought Lowen was a weird girl name too.
Yeah, it was.
You guys have questions?
Where's the twist or the...
I'm not telling you guys the twist.
Then what's the point?
Because
She wants
you
us to read
gotta
the
read the
book.
book.
I want answers now.
I know.
I
You gotta
demand
read the book.
a review.
I did
With
give you a review.
spoilers.
With spoilers. I'm not gonna tell you the whole book.
Yeah, but
The twist
I don't want to.
is why he
I
can't.
don't want to read.
You have to. It's a really good book.
Well, I'm gonna lend you the book.
Good? What were the good parts?
I'm gonna lend you the book.
The good parts are why him and Rachel broke up. Well, I mean, that's the twist.
Well, in that case, we're gonna do the same to her.
That's okay.
Huh.
I was already gonna read your book.
So I shouldn't. I'll talk about it later.
No, you gotta talk about your book. I haven't read it until after you talked about what you wanted to.
We just gotta withhold a lot of information, like Angie did.
I did not withhold a lot of information. That's literally the only thing I didn't say.
They were together and then they're not, and then
It's
Rachel's
because
mom.
the book literally talks about
And then
his relationship with Rachel
gay.
in his chapter. What?
you said someone's gay.
No,
Never
I
mind.
said they thought he was gay.
I got it.
So what? Yeah, what is this? Makes me not want to read it.
It's a good book. It's because look, I'm not
Gonna
gonna
tell
tell you this
something.
whole relationship with Rachel. I can't because then I'm literally gonna ruin the whole book.
Oh, it's one of those you had to read it
Aw.
to get it.
You gave it a 4.5 though.
I did. I gave it a 4.5.
And that's
you
the
said it was
highest she's
spicy?
given a romance book.
I know that's true, and it was spicy. Okay,
it was my kind of spicy.
what kind of stuff
Kind
was
of
in
spicy. She
Okay,
does.
so look, let me tell you why it was my kind of spicy. The way that she doesn't necessarily go into detail about like what he's doing to her. It's about the way that he looks at her. He makes it a point like
To
he
Rachel
won't-
or to Emily?
huh?
Was Emily?
I know, who the fuck is Emily?
Because you're saying Rachel. I was
Oh,
Rachel.
You know what? Yeah. So, now that you said that,
So it's kind of like that?
no. Well, kind of. Actually, yes. He calls her Rachel. The very last time that it talks about them doing it, he calls her Rachel.
I gotta read it.
Yeah, because like for me personally, like intimacy is more than the act of intimacy. You know what I mean? It's I need to feel it. I didn't need to. I just there should be a connection for it to feel some type of way for me.
So it was more about feelings. There was no.
No, she describes it too, but I had no problem with the way she described it because it included more than just description.
yeah.
Exactly. So that's why I gave it a 4 chiles.
Okay, what was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene is when he goes to visit Rachel in Phoenix at the end. To get
Maria's
his
just gonna try
closure.
getting shit out of
I
you.
know she
I
is.
want something. I
To
want to
get
know.
closure. They were so in love. Like he was so dead set on making this girl his wife that they ended up getting pregnant a couple weeks before graduation.
How did he get her pregnant?
Why do you think I said the other thing?
I'm just kidding.
Okay. So yeah.
I feel like I know nothing still.
Good.
She wants us to read the book,
You have to
Maria.
read the
But
book.
now I don't want to read it because I know nothing.
The
Just-
book literally
Maria,
tells the story.
I want to read it because she said that he calls out the other girl's name, and I want to know why.
Yeah, read it. Find out why Rachel's so damn powerful to him. I'm not gonna tell you, Maria.
I know you didn't tell me nothing.
I did. I told you with the story.
I might as well have just read the description on the book.
That's
Probably
basically
would've told
what
you
she
more.
said.
Oh, I wanted to know.
What else do you want to know?
That's a disappointment in Maria's voice. You should have had brought Leo because he goes, oh.
Now you make me feel like I did a horrible job.
No, it's 'cause you didn't. No,
you
you
did
didn't.
it good. You did it so good. Maria's mad that you didn't
I
have
know.
information.
What was your favorite scene?
My favorite scene. Okay, so there's this guy that they call Captain. He's an older man. So he got so old working for the building that instead of actually like fully retiring, they created a whole new position for him not to have to. So he was the maintenance guy prior. He literally pushes the buttons on the elevator for them. That's his job.
Oh, okay.
Right? So he ends up becoming like Tate's best friend.
Uh-huh.
And
Does he have a chair?
yeah, it's like
Aw.
yeah, it's super cute. So they call him Captain. And
Does he have a hook?
huh? What?
Does he
Is that
have
the
a
spicy part?
Does he stupid? No, he has all his fingers, all his hands. You're funny. Fuck. But anytime he talks to them, Those are my favorite scenes. I like the way he gets them both to understand, because she doesn't know, because she in her head, like, the only time they put it in Miles' perspective is when they're talking about his relationship with Rachel.
Oh, okay.
Right? So it builds from him high school. It doesn't go him current. It goes, and it never does. Like, it never tells me what he was feeling in those moments that Tate was. So I really like that, because it made you guess, like, oh, does he feel the same way? Like, you literally feel like you're on this ride with Tate.
Oh, okay.
But you also feel how in love with Rachel he is. Right? So they don't do it into his adult perspective till, I think, till he goes to see Rachel.
Oh, okay.
And the only reason he does that is because Captain told him to. So that was Tate's thing. Like, does he not talk to anybody about this stuff? Like, you know, but it reveals at the very end that Captain has the building that they live in is actually owned by Miles's dad.
Oh, okay.
So he's known Captain since he was a little kid.
Oh. Is that your favorite character? Or who's
Yeah,
your favorite?
I like Captain. Captain
Yeah.
is super cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm satisfied now.
Yeah?
You can read it now?
No, you're not.
No, I did want to read it.
Oh, okay.
I was going to let her borrow the book because she was going to let me borrow hers.
Yeah, read it. It's a good book. It's a really good book. I was like, I don't know how to go into talking about it without literally telling you the whole book. I don't want to tell you the whole book.
Yeah. Okay.
I
There are
want
just
you to.
some books you don't want to say it so you could get the person to read it.
Yes, but I was like, what do I say that's going to get them as hooked? Like, because I wasn't necessarily hooked to read this book.
Yeah.
It was just, we said we were going to do Colleen Hoover. Let me grab the prettiest cover for myself.
Yeah.
And it was all blue, so I love the cover. I don't necessarily understand how the cover has to do with the book. So maybe when you guys read it, you'll let me know. Because it doesn't make sense to me.
Maybe it was just the other one. Never mind.
But a lot of the covers tend to make sense with the book.
It's like water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because she's crying. I don't know. I got to read it.
Yeah, read the book and let me know. Or if you guys know anybody out there listening that's read Ugly Love, if you can tell me how the cover.
Me everything.
Hi, Maria. You can relate. In my opinion, this book has met the hype that it's gotten, and I really don't think it's gotten enough hype as opposed to all the Colleen Hoover books that I see on Book Talk and stuff. So that's why I think another reason I chose this book. So this concludes this week's episode. We hope you enjoyed our book talk and that you continue to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms, such as Instagram at Book Sluts Club or on TikTok at Book Sluts Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe here, whatever platform you may be listening to us on. Until next time, adios, Book Sluts.